Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Revealing the Narc, and on this channel we dive deep into the intriguing world of narcissism. I'll often use public figures as examples to illustrate how these behaviors can manifest in real life. If this sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe. And I should mention, everything I say in this video is in my opinion, and any theories or hypotheticals that are mentioned, these are all allegedly. So let's get into this video. I noticed that I've been talking about this term malignant narcissist without actually defining it. So I wanted to take this video as an opportunity to talk about or compare a narcissist to a malignant narcissist. And I can also share a little bit about how I ended up here. Okay, let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Oh my gosh, if you got that, then you're my kind of person. Okay, so my dad married a really awful woman. And I realize that people may hear this and think that it's subjective. But the way she treated me when I was a child is not something an ordinary person would do. And to be quite honest, I started watching Meghan Markle when I heard about what she did to Princess Charlotte, because I immediately recognized that behavior was exactly what was done to me when I was a child. The intense jealousy, the envy, there's calling a 3-year-old, whatever she said, it's horrible. It's horrible to say that to someone that's your own age, but to say that to a child, to have envy towards a child. Okay. So that's a little bit of a backstory. And then later I was talking to a cousin, and I was talking a little bit about the things my stepmom had done to me. And a lot of things you suppress so much, it takes something significant to bring it out again. And in for me, my father passed away, and immediately the memories came rushing back. So I was in a place where I just wanted to talk to people about it. And when I was talking to my cousin about it, she's like, that's a malignant narcissist. So then I immediately looked it up, and my mind was blown. And look, I know some people say you don't need to put a title on it or whatever, but when you've been invalidated your whole life, when everyone has covered for this narcissist, you doubt your opinion, and having a name gives you comfort in knowing this is not a healthy person. There's a reason she treated me like that when I was a child. She treated me like that as an adult, but it's when the victim is a child that it's so difficult to understand. How could that happen, right? Okay, so let's get into this topic, narcissists versus malignant narcissists. And first, let's define narcissism. So narcissism is characterized by a lack of empathy, an inflated sense of self-importance, and a strong need for admiration. So these people cannot feel the way you feel. They cannot put themselves in your shoes. They just can't do it. And any emotion that they show is something that they've learned. It's not something from their heart. Okay, so narcissists often seek attention and validation without necessarily engaging in harmful behavior. So they might manipulate through charm or flattery. So consider someone in a workplace who frequently takes credit for team successes, but also knows how to maintain friendly relationships to keep their image intact professionally. They may enjoy compliments, but they don't actively seek to hurt their colleagues. So this does happen, and everybody has a little bit of narcissism, right? It's not you're either one or you're not one. It's that it's a spectrum, right? And some people lie at the far end of the spectrum, where it becomes something that's clinically diagnosable. I probably should have said this at the beginning of this episode or this video, But I am not a therapist and I am not a psychologist. I am talking from my own personal experience and research I've done online. So this is not a place where I'm giving advice. I'm just trying to share information as I've learned it. Okay, so let's talk about malignant narcissists. So these people, they have the same traits of narcissists, but there's an added layer of aggression and a complete lack of empathy. They're manipulative, they're deceitful, and they actually take pleasure in the suffering of others. They want to see you hurt. They want to see you cry. They want that so badly, and they will stop almost at nothing to get it. So if we're talking again as an example at the workplace, this would be someone that takes credit for the successes, but then also sabotages colleagues who pose a threat to their status. They might spread rumors, they might undermine others in order to maintain control and power, and they derive satisfaction from the chaos that they're creating. Okay, so now let's get into some specific traits and then compare narcissists to malignant narcissists. Let's talk about the level of empathy. Narcissists may show awareness of other people's feelings. For instance, they may acknowledge when you're upset, but then eventually they'll steer the conversation back to themselves. Whereas malignant narcissists, they lack empathy entirely. So this could be a coworker who knows you're struggling with a project, and instead of offering help, they exploit that vulnerability to make themselves look better. Now let's talk about manipulation tactics. So narcissists typically use charm to manipulate. Imagine someone who flatters their boss to gain a promotion without genuinely caring about the team dynamics. Another way to think about this is that narcissists, they don't reveal themselves until later on. So what they do in the beginning is that they're very lovely, and they actually, there's a word for it, they love bomb you in order to hook you. And that's a form of manipulation. So malignant narcissists, however, they'll use deceit and intimidation. So think of a person who might try to reveal a damaging information about someone to try to keep them quiet or compliant. And there is allegedly potentially some of that happening in Meghan and Harry's relationship, allegedly. Okay, let's talk about their behavior towards others. So narcissists seek admiration. They might go out of their way to be the life of the party, seeking compliments and attention from everyone. And we know that Meghan does that, right? So she did do that at Princess Eugenie's wedding by announcing that she's pregnant. Malignant narcissists, though, they engage in destructive behaviors. So an example would be someone who purposely spreads rumors about someone else to damage their reputation, the other person's reputation, and then elevate their own standing. Off the top of my head, using Harry and Meghan as an example, well, Meghan specifically, this is all of those rumors that Meghan herself has spread about the royal family. Her goal is twofold: to hurt people, which is something malignant narcissists want to do, and then also to elevate her own standing. With regards to relationships, narcissists maintain superficial relationships. So this is someone that has a lot of acquaintances, but they form no deep connections because they're focused on getting attention on themselves rather than building intimacy and building real bonds. Malignant narcissists create toxic dynamics. Regular narcissists do that too, but malignant narcissists do that a lot, and I believe that because of that, their circles are usually smaller. And I think this could explain why Harry and Meghan are so isolated, right? Like they claim they have friends, and every week Meghan has a new best friend, which is so juvenile. But I think people recognize the toxicity, healthy people recognize the toxicity, and they back away. Let's finish off this comparison with self-image. Narcissists can experience self-doubt. They may throw tantrums when their self-image is challenged, but they'll seek validation from others. However, malignant narcissists will exhibit extreme entitlement and paranoia. So this is someone that reacts with rage when they're criticized. They view any feedback as a personal attack, and they retaliate against those who dare to challenge them. So, does that sound like anybody familiar to you? I think it does. It does. I'm going to end the video here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and leave comments. Let me know how you think or how you feel about this. Have you heard of malignant narcissists before? I hadn't heard until about 2 years ago, honestly. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll create a series where I'll go through these different traits that malignant narcissists have, and I'll give you specific examples of when Meghan has demonstrated that. I think that sounds like a really good idea. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.